the monkey, because I think that's an overpowered demonic being there from that movie.
Which
And
movie is
then
that from again?
the monkey.
No,
Which remember we
okay.
saw that one in theater. Remember that?
Oh yeah, never mind. I forgot.
And then
Anyway.
I think from there I'm gonna end up going the boy, kind of match the Annabelle presence that you have.
Alright. Alright. Well. Hmm. Well, for a fun group, I might do the Domas.
Okay.
I'm done with groups now. And I might do. Hmm. I might do Chucky. Why not?
I don't hate that. A Chucky versus Leprechaun matchup might be hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Let's
lie.
go.
I
I
think that'd
will.
be a pretty good matchup there.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't hate that pick at all. It kind of matches my Leprechaun pick.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm
Hmm.
thinking I am gonna end up going back to my roots here of slashers, and I am thinking about taking Sam from Trick or Treat, and then I'm gonna take the Hook Man from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
All right.
I'm really loving my slashers, I'm not gonna lie. And I really like my demons as well.
Yeah. Um.
I think you definitely got me in monsters for sure, but I think I might have you in a few of the other categories so far.
Yeah. Potentially. Um. Let's go. Let's do Jester
Okay, I like that one.
from Demons. And I might do Keyface.
Not a bad pick. It gets rid of your demons there. I'm okay with that. Kind of leaves me with whatever I want to take after that, which is only one. So, um, let's see here. How do I want to go about this here? You know, a monster with some very nice power here. I think I'm gonna go Nemesis. Oh,
Alright.
I'm not even typing into what I need to be typing in here. You know, I need to get like another tank in the mix there. At least put up a fight against Alien and Predator a little bit.
Alright.
And just for some fun, I'm gonna take Pumpkinhead too.
Oh yeah.
I like that pick.
Well, for me, I'm gonna do Quiet Place as my monster. And I'm also gonna do Slenderman as my flex.
Sweet.
Oh, you.
Yup. Let's see here. I was really hoping you didn't take Slender Man there. That's kind of a little rough. Well, I think I'm going to be smart here because I can really get whatever picks I want in the other four categories. I'm going to finish out my slashers here. I think I'm going to end up going. Oh, this is tough. There's a few good options here yet. I think I'm going to go Babyface from Happy Death Day. And then. Oh, this is a tough one. And now I think I got to go iconic here and go back to the Shining roots and take Jack. Just as an icon there.
Well, for me, I can only do slashers, so I pretty much
You got the
would
rest of
get
them basically.
the rest of them. Yeah. Well, I suppose I can add blackface and the blind man.
Yeah, and you got the Black Quace from The Blackening. Funny movie, by the way. Love that movie.
Yep.
So really, I just have to pick the rest of mine, and then we'll talk about our teams here just a little bit. I was debating between Jack and the Blind Man there, because I'm like, oh, that could be a pretty good one, but I also haven't seen those movies, so that's the guy from I forget what the movies are called.
Don't breathe.
Yeah,
The blind man is from Don't Breathe.
I've
Well,
never seen him,
I'd
so I
say
don't know exactly what he does, and we'll just save that for another day.
he's just ex-military that's
Blind at that point, or
blind.
yeah.
Yeah, basically. So he's just ex-military. So I can easily take out a few of yours just with that.
Um,
Uh,
all for me. I'm not gonna take a slasher here, obviously, at my flex because there's only the three left. Um,
yeah.
so what I think I'm gonna end up doing is I think I'm gonna take as my last demon probably the Lazar Glass from I think that's the Oculus, right?
I believe so.
Um, I got some options here. Like I could go with the Astrologer from Tarot, but Llarona probably could be. I might have to go that. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna move my Lazar Glass down to my
Flex.
flex, and I'm gonna put Llarona in my demon spot there. And for everyone watching, we're gonna have you guys vote on matchups here, and we're gonna see who has the most votes here. The flex will be the tiebreaker, so um, just be aware of that.
Mm. Well, I suppose
Yeah,
I'll get
you kind of just gotta
Megan,
pick. Yeah.
and I'll put Waxman in there.
And then what we'll do
Well,
here, we'll talk about the teams afterwards a little bit, and then if we find like matchups that we like, we can change it around a little bit as well. But if anything, I might just do that after we close this on out, and then have some fun with it. I don't know. We'll see. But let's see here. I don't know. I got one group here. I'm trying to figure out like which group would probably be the best, and like thinking on it, like if I get your guys isolated, I think having strangers might be the move here. Just the
all right.
clown in a cornfield type vibe with all those killers. They really just got taken out by teens, so they were kind of weak. And then like Purge is always a different group of people that never survive, so like I didn't even want to waste time there. And
Yeah.
then the monsters. I'm gonna take the monsters from Don't Move. I don't know their exact name. because that could isolate some of your guys out and make it a little bit easier for me in the long run. That might be a counter to someone like an alien or a predator in the sense of you move and you're kind of, yeah. I think the other option there was Jaws, but like realistically, are we going to be near water at that point? Like, probably not. If like we were
No.
going one on one there, you know.
Yeah, so.
So not too bad. We only have a
Yeah.
few people left over here. I added in that flex spot last second just as a tiebreaker because I didn't think about a tiebreaker with votes. So, um, was there anyone left over that you maybe would have drafted had it went a different way? Because there's really not too much that we have left over on here.
No. No.
And I'm sure we're missing some. If
Well,
you guys notice something that we're missing, put it in the comments and we can always do another draft later on because I'm always a nerd for this shit. So I will say, looking at this right now, Joe, had you not have taken like Pennywise as early as you did, I would have at some point definitely went for him. Literally when you took
yeah.
the grabber was like the pick before I wanted the grabber solely because of the second movie. The first movie I thought he was lacking, but that second movie with him being kind of in that slasher genre, but kind of a demon at the same time, I'm like, kind of would work out pretty well.
Yeah.
I think aside from that, you really took
Yeah.
Sinister a little earlier than I thought you were going to, but I like that
Yeah.
pick. I knew you were gonna end up taking Alien and Predator early. I just didn't wanna. I had reasons for not picking them that early that I'll discuss off screen.
But I also know more than you about that franchise, so.
Oh, you definitely do. I did some additional research that I'll. There's reasons I picked some of the other. I knew you're gonna end up picking Alien and Predator because like you're a big like nerd for those two movies specifically, like those two franchises.
Yeah.
I knew if I didn't take one early, you're gonna end up with both, so I kind of just ate the bullet there. I was expecting you to take them with your second and like the second pick and third pick. I wasn't expecting Pennywise right away.
Well, Pennywise is basically just a god, basically. So.
Yeah, and I like the Art the Clown pick because he's kind of an alien, so like,
Alien, but demon
yeah, kind of like a
from
mix of like
heaven.
a like he gives like that human type vibe in a sense, but I don't know. I
Yep.
I love the whole mime aspect behind Art. He's hilarious.
Yep. Pyramid Head, similar to that.
Yeah.
Also
I wanted
part
to
of
get
the demon.
you took Pyramid Head to pick before I wanted to take Pyramid Head, and then the Grabber was another one, and I think the Creeper. Those were like the three where I'm like, those are three I wanted like the next pick
Yeah.
because the Creeper's a tank,
He is.
and he kind of like I wanted the Creeper specifically for like the Pennywise type vibe where he only comes out every certain amount of years, unless that changed in later movies. I don't know, but I know the first one it was like every certain amount of years he was coming out basically.
Yeah.
Is there anyone on my team that I took that you're like, holy shit, I wish I had him? Or like that I took right before you were gonna take him?
Not really.
So we kind of
I
just had
mean,
like,
maybe the monkey and the exorcist chick, but that's about it.
I think you and I differ in our movies just slightly because I feel like you're more into like those demon type movies and those like more sci-fi monster type movies than slashers.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm more into slashers than like demons and monsters, you know. And I like the group movies of them having several like killers. Like you taking Wrong Turn, I'm like no, because that's like one of my favorite groups to
Yeah.
watch. And I got some
Yeah.
of the new
Wrong
ones that
turn
I
is.
like too, like Hearteyes and the Pilgrim. Like I love those two, like as new like
Yeah,
horror
but they
icons.
they don't really do much. Same with Ghostface. They're kind of just people, but just a little bit more enhanced.
Yeah,
So we're
you
really
got to
gonna go
take some
down
of them just for
easy.
the vibes. I think like I got a
Yeah.
little. There's matchups in there like you could throw a Ghostface up against like a Hannibal or like a few people up against the example the Wax Man is literally just a person with the wax mask from House of the Wax or whatever it is. And then obviously you'll have like a little bit more with the blind man being military background, but like kind of the same. I mean, it matches up with the blackface killers from uh the Blackening too. And I had to put
Mhm.
blackface guys because like there was no other name for him within the movie outside of the one nerdy guy, and I'm like black mass, like it just made sense. Don't call me a racist. I'm not. Promise you. And then you got Jigsaw, obviously, where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
but Joe and I will talk off screen about matchups between our two teams. So then when I do post these videos, I can just kind of line them up a little bit matchup wise. And then in like the later ones, I'll just have people start voting on them. Or if one of them lines up within a video, we'll have votes, all that fun stuff. But um, that's all I got. We're going to end it there. It took 30 minutes, Joe. It didn't take us an hour like we thought it would.
Yeah.
We got what we're gonna do like a whole sci-fi monster draft at some point too, or
Yeah. With the knockoff sci-fi movie
yeah, like Piranhaconda,
creature
Sharknado, Anaconda. We'll probably
with
throw like
glasses as part of that.
yeah, we'll probably throw in Jaws and a few other ones too, just to have some fun with it still. If there's any other ideas, like I don't mind doing this anytime as long as Joe's down for it. So, and if we need to talk a little bit more about why we're picking people, we can totally do that too. It won't take too much. Like you can get Joe talking any day about Alien or Predator, and he will not stop talking about it. Loves those movies. Anytime we go to
Yep.
like a store, it's always what we buy like a Funko Pop for you almost every time we go to box lunch because there's a new Alien or Predator one.
Yep.
Basically, yeah. All right, well, we're gonna end the video there. Whatever I have to add afterwards, I can just edit in later on. But